Sat on a stump off to the side of the gathering, her head on her knees, arms wrapped around herself. I could see from the other side of the circle that she was not doing well. She rocked back and forth a little. Every few minutes, she'd wipe the tears and snot off her face with the back of her hand. I watched her. I wrestled. Should I go to her? Eventually, I stepped out of the circle, walking around the outside. When I got to my friend, I put my hand on her shoulder. "Hi," I said. She looked at me through her tears, reached out her hand, and took mine in hers. We care for each other. It is what we do. We do together what we cannot do alone. Last summer, before we moved out here, I went on a retreat at an Episcopal retreat center. Each day, just before lunch, we gathered for a worship service. The midday service was a service of intercessory and thanksgiving prayers. I had no idea what intercessory prayers were. I could not even figure out what word everybody was saying. I learned a lot in seminary, but for whatever reason, I'd never heard of prayers of intercession. However, I'm always willing to try something new, even while feeling apprehensive. I wondered, are they going to make me do something I don't want to do? Are they going to make me say something I don't believe? I waited to see what would happen. And guess what happened? Joys and sorrows. Yep, joys and sorrows. That time in the worship service where members and friends share what is going on in their lives, challenges and celebrations. Intercession and thanksgiving. Joys and sorrows with a twist. I don't know how all of you have experienced joys and sorrows in this congregation, but I have noticed that they seem to have slipped away. When I asked about them, one person said, "Yeah, we don't really do those anymore. I don't really know why." I have witnessed joys and sorrows beautifully lift up challenges that individuals are struggling through and have exciting news to share. I have also witnessed joys and sorrows that go terribly wrong, where individuals bring their worst selves to the microphone and engage in a knockdown fight, while the gathered congregation chews their fingernails, wondering how to address the situation. Have you witnessed this abuse of joys and sorrows here? Or elsewhere? Listening to the intercessory and thanksgiving prayers this summer, I realized that maybe we had forgotten why we share our tears and our laughter with others. It is because we can't do it alone. We need each other. We need to share our grief. Grief is too heavy to carry alone. We need to share our excitement also. The root word of intercession is intercede. Thus, intercessory prayers are prayers done on behalf of another. And let me just pause for one quick second. I know that some folks in UU congregations get stuck on the notion of prayer. So if you are one of those folks who's finding yourselves wrestling with what or who prayer is directed to, I invite you to make an appointment with me so that we can talk about it. I have been there. I might know what you're wrestling with, and I'd love to hear what's on your mind. Okay, are you still with me? Intercessory prayers are prayers done on behalf of another. That means that when we share our sorrows, we are admitting that we can't do it alone. We need help, and we want our religious community to help us. I am a self-reliant individual, and you are a self-reliant congregation made up of self-reliant individuals. We can handle anything that life throws at us. We can do it. We've got everything under control. At least we like to think so. The last thing I ever want to do is admit that I need help. But setting aside our pride to ask for help is a humbling experience. It connects us to each other. It reconnects us to the earth. It is grounding. It is equalizing. We all need help. We all need to be taken care of from time to time. Let yourselves be cared for. Hand your burdens to someone else for a moment. There are many reasons why we need help and reach out to others for support and care. There are those times in our lives when we might lose a job, our home, our savings. One of our dear animal companions might be sick or might die. There are those times when a family member might be diagnosed with a terminal disease. We got in a car accident. Our child or spouse might be suffering from addiction or a mental illness. We may no longer be able to care for ourselves. Or we simply said yes too many times, and we are overburdened and overwhelmed. Let yourselves be cared for. Hand your burdens to someone for a moment. These are times when we need each other. These are times when we put out our hands so that we might do together what we cannot do alone. These are times when we need someone to talk to know that someone we trust is on their way to come and sit by our side and simply be present. These are times when a hot meal delivered will feel like it is saving our life. Or a ride to and from the doctor's appointment reduces the stress and worry about having to navigate the terrible bus system. These are the times when receiving a beautiful card that says, "I'm thinking about you," can change everything just for a moment. And then when a second card arrives, it brings tears. Because even though you don't think you've met this person sat down and wrote a note, and it touches a tender place in your heart, and the tears come. These are the ways that a congregation cares for each other. This year, one of my personal ministry goals is to build a comprehensive pastoral care program, and I need your help. I really need your help, actually. I thought I was going to be able to get the entire thing up and running, and I was going to be able to announce it to you today. But that didn't happen, because that plan was based on my self-reliance and determination that I can do it all by myself. But as I am learning and learning again and again, that being part of a religious community, whether as the minister or as a lay leader or a member or a friend or a visitor, it takes all of us together, all of us. No one person can do all the work alone. It takes many hands, many hearts, and many minds to create and carry out our work together. No one of us can be a beacon in the desert by ourselves. We need each other to be a beacon lighting the way for all. I need your help to create a successful pastoral program. Together, we can create a ministry through which we will care for each other and all those who come through the doors. If you are one who is interested in learning more about yourself so that you can be a better listener to others, we need you. If you like to meet new people, we need you. If you like to listen, we need you. If you like to visit, we need you. If you like to make phone calls, we need you. If you like to drive or cook, to deliver, to write cards, to take care of tasks, we need you. I need you. Will you help me? We need each other, for we do together what we cannot do alone. I put my hand in yours so that we might do together what we cannot do alone. May it be so.